Welcome to another video, a walk on the wild side, and I'm here in Blackpool. I'm just by the Bloomfield Road football stadium, home of Blackpool Football Club. Just here we've got a mural on the side of the Armfield club named after Jimmy Armfield, he only ever played for Blackpool. He never played for anybody else, yeah. Our Jimmy, yeah. The late Jimmy Armfield now. Lived in Blackpool as well, not like a lot of these footballers who play for a team but they don't live anywhere near. It's not like the old days, is it? You know, when you go to the pub and you never know, you might see your favourite football player in there who played for the local team. It's not like that now, is it? No. They all live in these fancy houses, you know, on the edge of town and, you know, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so it's not quite like the olden days, is it? But anyway, I just wanted to check up on Henry Street, which runs down the side of Blackpool Football Club on the other side to where I am now. Now, a few years ago, the council did compulsory purchase orders on a row of houses on one side of that street because they were going to build a Blackpool Football Club were going to build a new stand, an east stand, to replace the temporary one that's there now. But then the football club decided to not build the east stand, so the council bought all these houses and, well, I think they bought them all. I'm not sure if they bought all of them. That's why I'm going to go down there and check now, because some of them might still have people living in them. But they bought all... See, they're doing that. Blackpool Council are going around buying all these houses, knocking them down to build universities, and they're doing the central ward, which is a little bit further up from where I am now. They're doing this massive redevelopment of the central drive area. They say they're knocking down 300 houses, but they're only going to build another 240. I don't know, I just think it might be better just to spend the money on the houses and just make the houses better rather than knock them all down and then build less houses, because it seems like they're going backwards, doesn't it? And they're probably going to be more expensive as well, these new houses. But anyway, councils, what are they like? Yeah, let's hope they don't knock Tramtown down as well. Anyway, let's go and take a little bit of a nosy around here and see what's going on, shall we? You know, just down the side of the Armfield Club and at the back of these streets here off Lytham Road, there's a bit of spare land here. A little bit of green space. I'm not sure if it's a beer garden for the Armfield Club, but there is a picnic table there. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just a bit of spare land, really, behind this railing. There he is, Jimmy Armfield. Now, you might not be familiar with Jimmy Armfield, but if you listen to BBC radio commentary, he was a summariser for the BBC for about the last, 20 years or so, so you'll probably know his voice if you heard it on the radio. Unfortunately, no longer with us, but he was one of the greats and a very, very well-respected player. Like I say, he was an ever-present in Blackpool. We're now onto Bloomfield Road. Let's have a little look. Oh, what can we see over there? Can you see that there in purple? It's Blackpool Tower. It's shining like a beacon of hope on a winter's night. There's the stadium over there. Jimmy's got a statue on the corner as well. We'll have a little look at that, and then we'll have a little nosy at that street and see what's going on down there. There's the Travel Lodge. That's the Travel Lodge Hotel there. I think they're looking to sell that, you know. Yeah. So we'll head across here. We'll check out the statue here. I remember when they put this in. I actually got a pretty good photograph of Jimmy as well when they put this in. There he is, the man, Jimmy Armfield, CBE commander of the British Empire. Well, he wasn't from Blackpool. It says he was born in Denton, Manchester, 1935. Yeah, there you go. Yo! Someone's shouting at me from the car. Anyway, that was Jimmy Armfield. Here's a look at the stadium. I remember when this was just a cowshed, you know, yeah? Who remembers the Oystons? Boo! Oystons! Oystons were the previous owners of Blackpool Football Club, and they were, yeah, they weren't very well liked by most of the fans. The Oystons. And just over the road, funny enough, you know where, well, I'm not sure if it was where that hotel is or maybe just down there was a club. I'm trying to think where it was now, the Tangerine Club. I think it probably was there. The Tangerine Club. Who remembers the Tangerine Club? Yeah, and then they had it knocked down, and Oyston, because Oyston owned the land, you see, and they built that hotel there. That road there is called Seymour Road. Seymour Road. Got some terraced houses down there, and a primary school, I think, at the other side. Just here we've got the Blackpool Football Club Hotel. Now Owen Oyston, I believe, had a penthouse suite at the top of that, and he was recently kicked out of it. Yeah. So even though the football club was taken over by somebody else, Owen Oyston still owned the penthouse, but not anymore. This sign outside reminds me a bit of Scotland Yard, you know, in London. Although I don't think it turns round. You know that Scotland Yard, new Scotland Yard sign? I don't think that turns round, that one, no. So this is the Bloomfield area, Blackpool. That road over there is called St Healy. They've actually got trees down there, you know. They've actually got some trees down that road there. That leads to Waterloo Road. And just here we've got what used to be a social club. Was it the number 1 club next to the stadium? And then it became a casino. It was called the Paris Casino. And now it's Arcade Club, although it's not open tonight. But yeah, this is Arcade Club. We're making our way to Henry Street, where all of these houses were bought up. Tell you what, it's pretty busy at the moment. I'm filming this at about 5:30 in the evening. Quite busy. Dulux Decorator Centre. You'll get all your decorating supplies in there, won't you? We've got quite a few places, you know, in Blackpool for decorating. Some good decorating outlets. I bet it's not cheap in there though, is it? Dulux. Anyway, this is Henry Street. We're now looking down Henry Street now. Just look at that beacon of hope there, Blackpool Tower shining away. Yeah, we've also got is that one of those 5G masts here as well? So yeah, there's a row of houses down. It's this row on the left-hand side which were being bought up by the council, and they were supposed to be being knocked down, although I don't think it's going to happen now, you know. Although they have been doing some demolition around the back. They've got rid of a load of the outbuildings, but they haven't got everybody out of these houses because I can see lights on. Yeah. There was also a tyre place down there, John Mack Tyres. They used to have in fact it's still there, the building at the back there for John Mack Tyres. They moved to Lytham Road. But as you can see, a lot of these houses are tinned up. But there is one here which is still lived in, so they're not going to be knocked down, are they? We've got one there. Someone still lives in that one. Imagine living in a row of houses surrounded by this. Must be a nightmare, mustn't it? I mean, the houses on the other side, they're all taken. No problem with them. They had no plan to do anything with them. It's just these. Looks pretty grim though, doesn't it? What do you reckon? You know, this is one of those areas where when you're walking around at night, it's a little bit, you know, a little bit sketch. Now they've fenced off this bit here, look, can you see how they've fenced this bit off here? Well, there used to be houses in here, but they weren't like proper houses, they were like sort of park homes. So they've got rid of them, and you can see the back of the temporary stand there, in this space. So they've got rid of quite a bit, but as for that terrace there, there's still one property that I can see, one, that's lived in. So there's nothing they can do, they can't knock them down until everybody's out, can they? Just going to see if I can have a little look around the back. Not sure if I can, because it's probably going to be closed off. We've got this building supplies here, Firwood. I actually go there. Whenever I need anything, I usually go here to Firwood. They're pretty good. Yeah, so the idea is they're supposed to be building a sports village along in conjunction with Blackpool Football Club, and that's over this way, over here. We'll have a look at it in a minute. The area that's supposed to be the sports village. So looking over that way, that's Central Drive, down that way there. Can hear an alarm going off. Just down the back of the petrol station there. Let's have a little look up here, shall we? Oh, we've got the orange lights on at Bloomfield. Can you see? I don't know if you can see in there, but they've got these orange lights which help the grass to grow during the winter. Remember in the old days, in the 80s and that, when they used to play in the lower leagues and they were just playing on a muddy field, weren't you? It's not like that now. You don't really see these muddy football pitches, do you now? They're all pretty well looked after these days, aren't they? But yeah, that's a temporary stand. This stand here was only meant to last for 10 years, and it's been in for about, well, it's been in since the Premiership season, which was 2010. It's a bit like a prison, isn't it? Look at that there, with the big gate there and the barbed wire. Now we can't see much up here, because we've got a gate here and the gate's locked, but pretty much up there they got rid of a load of outbuildings behind them houses, and that's pretty much all they've been able to do. Get rid of those those park homes, which were just here on the left, and yeah, that terrace, that row of terrace houses has got to stay, hasn't it? Because there's still someone living there. So I'm just going to head back over this way, on the other side of the stadium, and we'll have a look and see this land. There's a load of land over here which was supposed to be football pitches, training pitches, that sort of thing. So all that's up in the air as well. So we'll go and have a little look at that as well, shall we? Who remembers the Spy on Cop, when this was basically just a big, massive, like, stand, open. It was open, from what I remember. I think there was a roof on it at one time. But yeah, it was the Cop, the Spy on Cop, and you'd go in somewhere around here, the doors would be to go in. But when I knew it, when I used to go to see football matches in the 90s, it was, a lot of it was closed off. I think they only used to use this corner here for away fans, and that was it. So yeah, that was before they built this all new stadium, yeah. a bit different now. So I'll just head to this side over here and we can see the top. Look at that there. Oh, you can't avoid Blackpool Tower, can you? There it is, shining away. And you can see the new houses. You've got new houses there, Foxhall Village. And I'm just going to take a little walk in here. This is just basically scrubland in here. And this is supposed to be where the sports village is. Oh, bloody hell, I nearly tripped over then. So it's quite a bit of land actually. Yeah. Oh, well over that way, right over that way is Blackpool Transport, the headquarters of Blackpool Transport. So we've got the new Foxhall Village here, houses, where these are all built on what used to be, well, there was a lot of industrial around here. We had illuminations department used to be based around here. We also had the Mecca, which was down that way, if anyone remembers the Mecca. Yeah, that was just over there, and we also had a big car park as well. But this is how it looks. This is supposed to be the sports village next to the football ground. But when's it going to happen? Is it going to happen? So there you go, the Revo Sports Village. I think that's the name of it. Is it ever going to happen? Because like I say, the council were buying up all those houses down that street there, Henry Street. And then the football club decided not to build a new east stand, not to to complete the stadium really, because they needed all that space to build the stand out, you see. So it's another one of those schemes, isn't it, that's you just wonder whether it's ever going to happen. But really, this part of Blackpool, central Blackpool, badly needs green spaces. It could really do with this sports village. I think it'd be really, really good for the area. But is it ever going to happen? You know, I even thinking a few years ago, the council were looking to put the university on this site. So they've had loads of ideas for it. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I'll keep an eye on it. It could be a long way off if it's ever going to happen. But there you go. That's it for this video. I hope you like it. If you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and tick the bell for notifications of new videos. And I'll see you again on the next one.